Welcome to the most vibrant, bustling and occasionally chaotic place on earth, our very own high school, where every day is an adventure. Here, in the heart of it all, is the classroom, the epicenter of learning, laughter and a fair bit of lunacy. And leading this motley crew of students is none other than the inimitable Miss Belle Pum. Don't dare shorten her name, she's a stickler for formality, our very own Madam Butterfly with an iron fist in a velvet glove. Now, let's meet our trio of unconventional students. First up, we have Pole, the male polar bear. Don't let his icy exterior fool you. He's got a heart warmer than a summer day and a wit sharper than his claws. Then there's Nuddles, the golden bear. The youngest of the lot, she's got an infectious spirit and an insatiable curiosity that keeps everyone on their toes. And last, but certainly not least, we have Zoe. Made of candy floss with round pigtails of yellow, she's the epitome of sweetness, with a dash of sass and a whole lot of spunk. Oh, and let's not forget their mother, Hauve, Miss Belle Pum's sister. She's as round and sweet as her candy floss daughter, a warm and comforting presence in this whirlwind of a school. But every story needs a villain, doesn't it? Enter Horse Magorse, the goody two-shoes who can't help but stick his nose into everyone's business. He thinks we're all mischievous and outrageous, but then again, what's life without a little fun? And then we have Curtaloo, the mother of Miss Belle Pum and Hauve. She's so large she needs to be rolled in the door. She once caused a storm in the school with a fart so loud it echoed waka 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 throughout the halls. So buckle up and hold on tight, because life at this high school is anything but ordinary, thanks to these extraordinary characters. All right, folks, let's take a short break from our high school antics and learn something new. Have you ever wondered what our furry friends, those adorable cats, munch on? Today, we're going to walk you through a recipe for vitamin-enriched cat biscuits, a perfect treat for our feline companions. These biscuits are not just tasty, they're also packed with essential nutrients that keep our kitties healthy and their coats shiny. So what do we need? Simple ingredients, really. Whole wheat flour, dry milk, canned tuna, cornmeal, and a healthy dose of cat vitamins. Mix them all together, roll it out and cut into fun shapes. Bake them until they're crispy and golden. Voila! You've got yourself a batch of homemade vitamin-enriched cat biscuits. Remember, moderation is key when it comes to treats. Don't give your cat more than a couple of these biscuits per day, and always store them in an airtight container to keep them fresh. Now, isn't that a perfect treat for our feline friends? All right, enough with the culinary detour. Let's dive back into our story, where our high school heroes are gearing up for another day of unpredictable adventures. At the heart of all the action, we have the ever-energetic, eccentric, and enigmatic Miss Belle Pum. She's the teacher who adds an extra dash of spice to our high school soup, the one who transforms mundane Mondays into magical mysteries. But remember, folks, she must always be addressed by her full name, Miss Belle Pum. No shortcuts here. Now, let's jump from scene 2 to scene 3 in the curious world of Miss Belle Pum's family. Initially, we have her sister Hauve, a round candy floss of a woman, and her 3 unique children. Pole, the male polar bear, is as cool as they come. Then we have Nuddles, the youngest, a female golden bear who's as sweet as honey. And last but not least, meet Zoe, the middle child, made of candy floss just like her mother and sporting short yellow pigtails. But every story needs a villain, doesn't it? Enter Horse Magorse, Miss Belle Pum's arch nemesis. This goody two-shoes is always out to paint our heroes as mischievous and outrageous. Oh, the audacity! Then there's Curtaloo, Miss Belle Pum and Hauve's mother, a woman of such grand proportions that she needs to be rolled through the door. Envision this. One day, she let out a fart so monumental, it caused a storm that shook the school to its very foundations. It echoed like a waka 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 through the hallways, earning her a one-way ticket to detention alongside Horse Magorse. One day, our Madam Butterfly, Miss Belle Pum, issued a challenge to her students. The task, to see who could fart the loudest. The result was a symphony of flatulence that had the entire class in stitches. The laughter was so intense that one man ended up vomiting into his wife's mouth and onto her chest. With Miss Belle Pum around, one can expect nothing but the unexpected. Let's rewind to the past Friday night, a night that has etched itself into the annals of high school history. A party like no other, hosted by our very own Madam Butterfly, Miss Belle Pum. She had the grand idea to host a shindig with all her friends and 96 others, including the notorious Horse Magorse. They were all given a staggering 600 gallons of water to drink each. But in a twist of fate, the toilets on the 4th floor were closed. Oh, the suspense. As the evening wore on, the need to pee became urgent. Desperate cries and pleas echoed through the hallways. The doors to the loos were locked tight, but the tears, oh the tears, they could be heard from inside their bums. Just when they thought all hope was lost, our heroine, Ms. Belle Pum, decided to let them loose into the floors below, which were reeking of vomit. What ensued was pandemonium. They all peed their pants and vomited so hard that they caused a flood down the stairs. Now, brace yourselves for this next bit. One girl, bless her heart, mistook the vomit for face cream and used it. Yes, you heard that right. The poor lass smelt like pants for days. Another girl used the vomit as eye drops, blinding herself forever. The chaos didn't end there. One man, in an unspeakable act of gastronomical rebellion, had diarrhea into a woman's mouth and she vomited into his bum. This bizarre exchange continued for a solid 20 minutes until she, unfortunately, perished. And let's not forget Horse McGorse, who ended up covered in cow pee thanks to his unwelcome poking around Ms. Belle Pum. One lady vomited into her own vagina, one boy vomited up his penis, a boy vomited into his mother's nose, causing her to burn her nasal. One lady accidentally had liquid diarrhea into a coffee cup, and an old man named Mo drank it. He was so sick, he vomited out his nose. That, my friends, was a Friday night that no one will ever forget. But before we return to the chaotic aftermath of the unforgettable Friday night, let's take a detour and revisit our Purr-fect cat biscuit recipe. The recipe, if you remember, was packed with vitamins and minerals, perfect for our stray feline friends. These biscuits were no ordinary treats. They were a labour of love, a tribute to our feline companions who've been with us through thick and thin. Now, if you're thinking, oh no, I missed the recipe, don't worry, we've got you covered with a printable PDF version. And for those who are looking to make a big batch for a shelter, we've got a scaled-up version of the recipe for you as well. So don't forget, every cat deserves a treat, and these biscuits are a perfect way to show them some love. Now, with that said, let's dive back into the unforgettable chaos of the Friday night. But after every party comes the aftermath. And oh, what an aftermath it was. High school was a sight to behold, a cacophony of chaos and hilarity. Miss Belle Pum's party had ended with an unforgettable bang, and the remnants were as absurd as the party itself. The school was awash with the scent of vomit and a flood of, well, let's just say unfortunate accidents. One lady, in a bizarre turn of events, found herself with a face full of vomit, mistaking it for face cream. Imagine the shock when she realised her mistake. Another poor soul, blinded by vomit-turned eye drops, stumbled around, bumping into walls and people alike. And let's not forget Horse McGorse covered in cow pee, a fitting end to his poking around. The laughter echoed long after the party ended, but amidst the laughter was a sense of impending doom. The remains. How will our beloved Miss Belle Pum navigate the chaos she unwittingly unleashed? Stay tuned to find out in scene.